Shalom from Jesus. The Gospel of Luke. If you're ready, comment and let me know that you're ready to eat. Just tell someone. Gospel of Luke, chapter 2. Chapter 2. We're about to eat bread on the 24th day. And I believe that this is going to help you so much. Thank you. I see your comments. All right. For those who are asking, we are live on both on Instagram and YouTube. So join us at wherever you're most convenient. Search for Shyju Mathew on YouTube. Good to see you. Good to see you, my brother Fayaz. Good to see you, Sarai. Good to see you, people of God. Keep commenting. I'd love to hear from you. Good to see Daniel. Thank you. Thank you. Luke chapter 2. Luke chapter 2 and verse 15 to 19. We're going to read from 15. Thank you. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Profulata. Luke chapter 2, verse 15. Good to see you, Laza. God bless you guys. You're amazing. The verse says, when the angels went away from them into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, let us go over to Bethlehem and see this thing that has happened, which the Lord has made known to us. It is a verse that I definitely need to come back to, touch on. And they went with haste and found Mary and Joseph and the baby lying in a manger. And when they saw it, they made known the saying that had been told them concerning this child. And all who heard it wondered at what the shepherds told them. But Mary treasured up all these things, pondering them in her heart. So you see a transfer of information. There's a transfer of information. The angels translate a word to the shepherds. The shepherds now come and they find Mary and Joseph, and they transfer that information that they received from the Lord to both of them. And they heard all the wonders. They heard that information. They heard that revelation. It was a revealing of a secret that so many millions were living in a location, but God revealed himself to a small group of people that would now come and reconfirm that revelation to Mary and Joseph. And he's saying, this is what we have heard. This is the secret that was revealed to us. And we are now revealing what was revealed to us. We are now revealing it to you. And the verse 19, please. It says, but Mary treasured up all these things, pondering them in her heart. How amazing is this? I want you to understand how a child of God functions with the word that they're receiving into their spirit. Mary is receiving a certain information, certain revelation, certain understanding, and her reaction is that she treasures it up in her heart. And she doesn't just lock it up in her vault. It goes on to say, she then ponders them in her heart. So she has it in her heart, but now from time to time, she begins to process what God is doing. She begins to remind herself, remind your mind, bringing things back to memory. That which is now a treasure, she treasured everything in her heart. She opens her treasure box from time to time, and now she brings it up to the surface of her mind by the process of reminding herself. She brings it up to the surface, that which is deposited into her spirit. I want you to understand, this is why the instructions that the father is giving to a son in the book of Proverbs, he says, do not forget my instructions. In other words, it's not the problem of you receiving, it's not the need for you to receive more instructions, but it is saying it is your necessity to not forget that which is already deposited into your spirit. Okay? I want to go back to what I shared with you last morning. If you remember what I was teaching you about Elijah, I said the same thing. Elijah receives a bread which he doesn't understand the information, the instruction attached to that bread. And then now he begins to say, okay, this is the second time now, with an instruction, with an explicit instruction, because you didn't get the first memo. So I'm bringing you an information now. Now, once this is deposited into your spirit, this is the thing that you need to pay attention. Once this is deposited into your spirit, Elijah then starts the journey. Then starts the race. Then starts the running. Okay? Halfway through, there is no lunch break. Halfway through, there is no snack break. Halfway through, there is no, I need a tea break. No. Once you have had this manna, the next break is only after you reach the mountain top. The next meal is once you have fulfilled your assignment. Okay? So once your assignment is manifested, then you are now ready to eat more bread. That will give you the strength for your next assignment. See, right here, right now, I'm exposing a problem with us. Let me put it that way. A problem with us. What has happened in Christianity is that we have now gotten to eating mode. We have turned on the eating mode where we are now constantly eating and doing nothing, and hence we have become lethargic and obese. We have no exercise. We have not turned our manna that we eat. We have not turned them into projects that brings results. We have not turned our manna into exploits for the kingdom. We have not turned our manna and then brought many more people into the light. We have not turned the food we eat into a food that we can now feed generations. We have become very selfish at what we eat. And so now we eat and we are like the prophet that goes back to sleep. And yet, what you're supposed to do is not say, feed me again, feed me again, feed me again, and feed me again, and do nothing with it. To eat and to do nothing is the joy of Satan when he sees a Christian who eats and do nothing. He's very happy with you. He's very happy with you. Okay? Instead, what does Mary do? She says, okay, now this becomes my fuel. This becomes my fuel in my tank. This is what is going to keep my vehicle moving. This bread that I ate is enough for me to reach my destiny. This bread is enough to take me to my destination. So I don't need another word every day. I don't need another prophecy. I don't need another motivation. I don't need another encouragement. I don't need another affirmation. I don't need another pat on my back. I know what I have heard from the Lord, and they are like fire shut up in my bones. Is anybody hearing the word of the Lord? When was the last time there was a word that set you on fire? You don't need to hear another word every day. Until you show me what you have done with an existing word that God gave you. Because that word is a fire shut up in your bones. That means you are now transformed into a burning ember for the Lord that cannot stay, that cannot stop until you achieve what God has called you to do. It becomes a drive. Child of God, is anybody listening to me? Is anybody hearing the voice of God? Sambrantoli anto seketekere arozomrokoshia ekemene anto manosi ampronte mene ato shalanta kasia membro shalono promonianta wada promone sekene jagasia. Asikente jagasia. The Spirit of the Lord is calling some people. Can you be like Mary that will hear this word and you are now driven? Now you can't rest. Now this is enough to take you up the mountain. What are you doing? Can you pull back the promises God gave you? Can you go back into your world? Can you treasure the word? Or are you already forgetting what God spoke to you yesterday? Can you re-listen to that word do you remember that word that brought you to your knees? Do you remember that word that made you weep? Do you remember that word that set you on fire? Can you pull that link out again? Can you not stop until you search and find that word so that you can hear and say, this is the word that set me on my journey. This is the encounter that God chose. The word was the encounter that set me on my journey. And I'm going to hold on to that word until I reach that destiny. Oh, I'm not saying that you should not find new words. I'm not saying that you should not get fresh revelations. But what are you doing asking for more when you are not being diligent with what gave you what God gave you in the first place? How can God trust you with more bread? Because these are the kind of people that ate daily and died in the desert. They ate daily and died in the desert. They ate daily and died in the desert simply because they got into a rhythm of eating and doing nothing. Child of God, the word is coming to you today. The Lord is saying, before you can look for more word, go back into your promise. Pull out that diary. Because you see, when God speaks, He speaks not from the past. He speaks from eternity. That means the word that He spoke is still alive. That means the words that He spoke to you, that bread is still alive. But in order for it to manifest, in order for the word to cause to manifest, it has to come into the hands of someone that will bring it to manifestation. Can you bring your word to manifestation? She kept it in her heart, treasured it. She pondered about it. The more you ponder about something, the more you meditate about something, you become what you think is what the Bible says. The more you ponder about your promises that God gave you, the prophecies that God gave you, the word the more you ponder and meditate. So she knows it. She knows her secret. That's a secret she's tapping into. If she can ponder about this long enough, it is only a matter of time. It will begin to manifest. Child of God, meditate. Refuse to meditate on what the enemy is doing. Refuse to meditate on what the enemy is doing. Instead, meditate on the promises of God, and you will cause it to manifest. Can you meditate on that bread until it manifests? That becomes your fuel. Your meditation of an existing bread is like going into a fossil that was dormant and causing it to come back to life. And that fossil fuel, now it triggers things that have been laid dormant, will begin to accelerate. Acceleration comes to you today in the name of Jesus. I release acceleration. Everything that has been dormant, the Lord is sending this word to you in a very important time. He's saying, wake up. Wake up. You don't need more prophecies. You don't need another word. What you need is already in your pouch. It's already there. God is saying, pick it up, 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 pick it up. Child of God, you don't need another motivational sermon. No. You don't need to go to the wrong place for encouragements. You don't need, the affirmation of your cousins. What you need is to go back into your sling, because God has hidden resources inside that before you thought you needed it. He's already placed it in your heart. But can you be diligent enough to open the vault of your heart, if you even have treasured the words of God, and go back into it and remind yourself? Bring it up from your heart to your mind. Stay on it. Stay on it. And as you do it, as you bring those thoughts to the forefront of your mind, the Lord will cause it to come to the forefront of your life. He's bringing those imaginations, those dreams that He put inside of you. Stay on it. God is going to bring it forward. Oh, I'm so glad that you joined us. Stay on the word all day. Stay on it, child of God. It is going to come to pass. It won't be long now. Today, start today. God bless. I'll see you tomorrow. Shalom.